I'm bringing you more crazy expanding menu ideas. Today's menu is based off of one provided to me by Aged, who created the system due to his love of accounting, the numpads. Passwords? Whatever the reason, it's pretty cool. A big thanks to Aged, and let's see... Aged Ketchup? Let's see if we can't break this down for the folks at home. Since this menu is based on the numpad, we're going to change our Hotbar 10 to a 3x4 layout. This will show our menu. We'll use a spot on Hotbar 9 to act as our opening and closing button. First, let's create a macro to do that. Title it, give it an icon, and write /hotbar display 10 toggle. This will go back and forth between opening and closing the menu. Drag it over and test it out. Now we need the right buttons to appear when we open the menu. Let's copy Hotbar 4 from Minor to Shared Hotbar 10. We switch to Minor and start building our buttons. This menu works by first showing a page of categories, then breaking down those categories further when you press a button. So to start, let's build a Jobs button. The only thing that any category button does is rewrite Hotbar 10 with new data. For this Jobs button, if we copy Minor Hotbar 5 to Shared Hotbar 10, we can put Roll buttons on Hotbar 5. Then when we click the Jobs button, that's what we see. We can do the same thing to create new categories. For example, in my top menu, I have Jobs, Mounts, Minions, Emotes, Items, and more. Whatever category you're adding, top menu or submenu, you just need a macro to display a new hotbar. If you have a lot of hotbars in use already, you can spread the categories between jobs. If you want to make changes, a simple right-click will allow you to find which job you need to update. The next step is to bind the numpad. Go to Keybinds and find Hotbar 10. We'll match the placement of the categories to the numpad by putting slots 10 through 12 as 1, 2, and 3. Go up the list and put slots 7 through 9 as 4, 5, and 6, and slots 4 through 6 as 7, 8, and 9. Here's where we make a change. Since numlock changes numpad behavior, you'd kill your menu by using it. So instead, I chose /, asterisk, and minus. These are different from the ones on the keyboard, so it won't double bind. Also make a keybind for Hotbar 9, slot 1. Put it as numpad 0. This will allow you to open and close the menu with one big button. Believe it or not, you have the framework. From here, it's just a matter of determining how you want your menu to be laid out. You start with your top menu. This can be categories like Jobs, Mounts, etc. Hitting a top menu button changes Hotbar 10 to display the submenu options. You can put submenus within your submenus. Finally, you'll display your functional macros or items. For example, in this top menu, you have Jobs, and that shows the roles. The Tank button displays a list of tanks. Pressing one will change you to that job. If you use a macro, you can add a line to turn off the menu too. If you prefer to leave the menu open, or even snap back to the top menu when you hit 0, change the wording of your opening macro from toggle to on. Then create a second macro that says /hotbar display 10 off, and put it next to your opener. You can set this keybind to numpad period if you like. There are many possibilities. You could have a menu for your favorite minions, but if you love lots of different minions, you can categorize them by type. In this sound menu I made, I simply put all my sound controls in there because there weren't enough to need a submenu. As you get familiar with the system, you'll naturally learn passwords for your favorites. Type 0111 to get Paladin, or 022 to summon your Black Chocobo. This kind of menu could be really handy for someone with a good memory and quick fingers. The only note here is that the game requires you to have keybinds for confirm and cancel. By default, these are numpad 0 and period. Be sure to have these set to something that makes sense. There you have it, an expanding numpad menu that can organize all your changeable content. Passwords to quickly access your favorite stuff. It's a neat system, and I'd once again like to thank Aged for showing me. His method was a little more involved, with each page having a back to the previous and a one-job settings screen. To save macro space and not have to mess with my hotbars further, I've given you the snap back to the top menu version. But it goes to show you, the possibilities are endless. Now get out of here.